What's going on? Welcome to United View. What's going on? We are in the Snapdragon Stadium.
Yes, we are.
And we are wrapping up, man.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Flexing KG show.
We're out here, bro. We're outside, man, and we get to talk because we know it's always good to do a good Flexing KG show where we kind of chop it up. And we just seen our team play. Well, they've gone home a long time ago. They're probably in LA. They're probably back in LA.
Oh yeah, because our flight for them.
Yeah, back in LA.
They'll be back.
But we're still here. And it's good time for us to talk, you know, really get into it. Again, shout out to him. Always have to say that. Shout out Gal in life. You already know. Man's in the best shape of my life right now. Hope to be in better shape.
And those are the things, like I say, the links in the description below. KG got there before I did. This video is brought to you by Optimum and Gal in Life and Natural, all of that good stuff. And the guys are making a whole load of noise as the grounds are up. Which is brilliant. I will say this, there is up to 70% off.
Yes.
Yeah. The link is in the video description below and the QR code is on the screen.
No 50, no 60, 70% off.
Not 65, 70.
Yes.
And you can get your Optimum branding, you can get your Optimum stuff through that link and QR code. And we have to say, now these are the times as well, when it gets late. You know, when it gets late, you get
I'm getting grouchy though. I am getting grouchy.
Yeah, but that's
I only had nachos today, bro. We had to, that was all that they gave us in media.
Why did you happen us there?
When?
Oh yeah, that's
yeah.
But you didn't get something on the outside that
Oh no, it was working.
Yeah.
So we went into work.
And I know KG, when he gets into this mode,
yeah,
he gets agitated, he gets tired, he's tired, well we're all tired.
Cheap.
100%. But I've seen that many times, and this to let you into, like, obviously using the day and night.
Yeah.
I think that's massively helped because in these moments it's easy to go and binge eat.
Oh yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? And because you've taken your night,
you seen that
Optimum now. Yeah, that's what's helping with that.
Oh yeah, definitely. I did go on a sugar binge, but not doing that. I want real food in it. So yeah man, big up, man. I think we have to talk though. We have to get into this stuff, and we have to talk Man United. Again, I had an interesting conversation. Having some interesting conversations with people, and one of the main things that we've been talking about is the biggest thing for most Man United fans right now: injuries. We finally got the timelines. We got a timeline for Lenny Euro. Haven't discussed this on camera, so it's a great time for us to really talk about this now. Flex a KG. We got a timeline for Lenny Euro. Big injury in a boot. We said what we don't want is anyone walking out like Kobe did after the Real Madrid game. Walked out just like Kobe. You know,
same thing.
And it was hidden.
Well,
I knew it was serious because I didn't see him.
Yeah.
I was waiting for him to go past. Didn't show him. So they literally like swooped him away like before any fans could see it. They knew how bad it was. And it's sad, you know. Was it metatarsal?
Metatarsal. Similar to cups, similar to what Lissandro done.
Similar to Lissandro. So what we can't do, the timeline that you're thinking, throw it back even further, because what we did with Lissandro is we rushed him back way too early, and it didn't help. Now, one thing that he does have on the side is he's young, he's a kid. So with that youth, the youth thing, clears up faster.
Hasn't finished growing yet, mate. You know what I mean?
Hasn't finished. He's not in it. He's not really finished becoming. He's not found his man strength or nothing like that. Hopefully it's one of those ones where it's a quick healing situation.
Yeah, we don't forget how young he is. It's just slow words. It's just annoying, man. It's just so annoying, the fact that we just seen plays. We just can't catch a break. And if I move it on a little bit to Rasmus, he's a 6 week job as well. And it's like a hamstring. It's like, what's going on? Like, why us? Like, I know everyone had injuries last year was fair game, and everybody had to deal with it. Ours was a step up, and it's like, we want to get into pre-season, we want to get fresh, and you want to get players that are like, fit and healthy and ready to go. Especially players that have like not gone to major tournaments. I know Rasmus did, but like Lenny Euro didn't. And you're like, right, okay, should be fresh. Rasmus has gone to the tournament, not got injured, played in pretty much, I think he played in all the games in some capacity. Come back, has his rest, puts his training in. Second game in the pre-season,
so unfortunate,
injured, and it's just I just don't. It's just annoying, man. But actually, what we do need to talk about is what we do need to talk about is James Ducker from Telegraph. We had a really good conversation.
Lovely conversation.
Thank media room. Big up to you, James. And James Ducker was basically, the first thing he was saying was bigging up Josh's editing skills, the media ninja, because the stuff we did with Kobe Ivanu was unbelievable. The way Josh turned it round, the clips went viral. I woke up in the morning and had every single outlet who somebody messaging me saying, can we share the clips?
He's brilliant.
It was Sky, he's brilliant. Mail, it's 433, ESPN, you name it, everything. And he was just bigging him up and saying how well Josh done to turn that around. That was the first thing. But then we started talking football, and he was sort of talking about what he thinks we need, and saying that he's, the Casemiro situation, got to build a team around Kobe, so we must get a midfielder. Look at the Lenny Yoro situation now, that the Ligt thing, but he had some reservations around the Ligt.
The Ligt didn't feel like the Ligt was the right man.
Exactly. But what I've seen, I don't know if you've seen it, some of the actual stuff he's put out in terms of his article, and obviously I've catch up with him, was that Eric Ten Hag feels that now Rasmus is injured for 6 weeks, he wants to get another forward. And that could be, one of them could be Ivan Toney. And also, because of the 3-month injury to Lenny Yoro, he said the plans are accelerated for Mateusz de Ligt, which, to be fair, that has to happen.
Very good. So where should we focus on? Defense.
Start at defense in terms of, right, Yoro's out for 3 months, so the Ligt's been on ice, but that ice needs to be removed. We need to get him in.
We need to rest him. He can't. Don't think about Lenny Yoro. Don't think about Lenny Yoro for now. Just take him out your mind. Totally park it.
It's like he hasn't signed right now.
Literally, that's what you have to do. So now Man United are in the same situation they was in before, where they've got these other defenders. We got these other men them that we've probably been looking at with raised eyebrows.
Martinez.
We got Martinez, and then the other.
Oh, sorry, right. Yeah, I thought you was like,
no, we got Martinez and the other man them.
Yeah.
Obviously, the other man them raised eyebrows. Martinez managed to get through the Copa,
and he was unscathed.
And winning unscathed. So we're thankful that he's probably on the right side of things. Again, touch wood.
Oh, God.
He'll be fine. So what we do need is Matthijs de Ligt is it's a necessity at this point. We want someone that again understands the Ten Hag style, is hungry for Man United, can play a high line. These are things that he's going to be used to. We need a leader. We need the yam and dasheen. Now it's a different kind of yam. I don't know if it's strudel, and I don't know what the
pretzels.
I don't know what it is, but it's not yam. But whatever it is, I need him to be on point. I need him to come in here and really demand, excellence. Demand, I'm ready for this moment. Demand that while I have had these moments at different clubs, Juve, Bayern, I am that guy.
I agree, because also, again, I know you said Park Euro, but it just comes into this. He's 18. Hasn't finished growing, hasn't finished, when you was talking to James Ducker, and I see you saying something about what John Stones said about it wasn't until 26, 25, 26 level where you start seeing the pitch and understanding things. Now that's not to say that
I don't agree with that part. I don't agree with.
Well, I don't think it's right to just put Lenny Yoro in there and say that we don't need another centre half because we've got him and he's the truth.
No, not like that. But I'm saying that with certain players, you're just wicked. Certain players, you're just generational.
You can't say that.
I'm not saying he is. I'm not saying he is, but I'm saying we can't say that he needs to wait till he's 26 or 20 something to know that he's ready. I'm saying that sometimes you have these players that are one in a generation. Your Wayne Rooney's, your Cobbys, and he may be one of those.
But right now, in a team that is not settled and a team that has so many flaws in it, he needs help. I would say that from the back, because I don't care who you are. We can see the best player. We could go by flipping Vinicius Junior now and say, you're in your pomp, you're world class. He would come here with it not set up right and wouldn't look the same. So we need to be on the front foot with these things.
But I need to get. But this is where I'm agreeing with you. But this is where I think things have to be different, though, because the responsibility on the manager and the coaching staff goes up another level. So in this season, there could be no like excuses, but there could be no surprises. There could be no surprises. You can't say I didn't know this. If there's a hole in the team, we'll fix it. add someone
Tactically fix it, yeah.
tactically fix it. Tactically either add someone that can to make that better, or do what you did in the later games leading up to the end of the season, where you said, I'm not going to allow that no more. And that's what has to happen. The manager had to learn from the first season. Was a great season in terms of it went his way. Second season it went wrong. But what I'm really looking for from Ten Hag is to see, well, how have you developed tactically from that major setback?
Yeah.
So I'm not expecting. I don't want to hear from Ten Hag or anyone that this is just because of injuries or this, that, and the other. No, you lot have the summer. You have everyone above you who said, look, we're going to build like this. If that means getting to the free agent market, go into the free agent market. If that means like it's a light Rabiot plus Ugarte plus, do the things necessary to fix those problems that we have.
Yeah.
Like, as you said, and that's what brings us to the striker. You learned last season that having Rasmus Højlund wasn't enough. Well, guess what? I don't want to hear we're not ready, we've done anything. And yes, financially there's going to be problems. But I'm saying, if you're able to, like, exercise that. Say, if it means bringing in a Ivan Toney because you feel that this is too much work and I don't want Joshua Zirkzee to be the only striker, do it. You know, that's the stuff that.
But also, though, I think this is where the balance comes with it. When you listen to some stuff that Dan Ashworth has been saying, just in different interviews and different like pieces he's done before, he speaks a lot about like the mid to short term and versus the long term.
Yes.
And actually not panicking. And I don't mean that by like, don't get anyone, just wait for your players to get back, finish injured. That doesn't matter, I'm not saying that. But we have to get that bit right as well, of like, what you don't want to do is go out and panic buy because you have a short-term situation, and then you buy the wrong type of player just because he's free and he's a body.
Toney would be a panic buy?
No, I'm not saying him, I'm just saying in general. Like, maybe Rabiot, like, I know we've been after it for a little bit, but maybe now you look at it and go, actually, with what we're trying to do, in the long run of where we're trying to go, maybe the way he plays or the way he does isn't what we want. I'm not saying that's the case, I'm just using that as an example.
It's a good one to
It still needs to be the right fit. What we don't want is to panic, get the wrong type of players because, again, we've got an injury or two, and then we deviate from the long-term plan. But if you can get a short-term fix, which is maybe someone on loan, like you said, explore the market, then that's exactly it. And I just think we need to make sure we manage that properly.
I think, again, but that's what the senior people around the club are there for. You know, you saw Barada today, not Barada, you saw
Dan Ashworth,
you saw the man them today. You know what I mean? Some of the six. You saw them, man, and they know that's their job. End of the day, it's not to panic. It's to bring in the right things, even if it's a short-term fix, the right short-term fix. I do feel like, even when we start to, because I look at the midfield today, I look at what we have, and just on this Collier, just on these players and stuff, well, I like these players, and I want to see them do well. And again, me not being sentimental is very weird, because I can't wait to tell you, I can't wait to wax lyrical about some of these younger players. But then, just by looking, there's one thing you can accuse me of. You can say, this guy don't know ball. Fair enough. But Man United, I know it. You know what I'm saying? Been following the club for so long, I can tell you if I can see a Man United player or not. You know what I mean? And one thing for sure, even with the youth, I can say, yeah, that kid, he's gonna do something, he's gonna be something for this club. When I'm looking at the youth at the moment, I'm not like, with what I've been waiting for on this tour, I see an Ahmed, and to be that means that bit.
What are you defining that as?
There's a lot
ready to do what?
There's a lot
ready to start in the first team.
Ready to be a part of the first team squad. And when I call on you, let's say something's getting crazy, I can throw you in the same way we throw McTominay into certain games. When Jose's throwing him in, LB, whoever's been the manager that said, hey, jump in, clog that hole, he can do it. When I'm looking at the Amases of this world, when I'm looking at the Colliers of this world, I just feel that there's still some rawness there. If I'm being honest, I thought there's rawness there, but I feel like it's not ready.
Yeah.
And again, Man United as a team, as a club, it could eat you up. But I want them players to go on and I feel that there's longevity. I feel that these kids can go on and do something. But I maybe feel like it's not time right now.
Yeah,
as much as
I think it's all about different pathways, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like Harry Amos's pathway into helping the first team and to developing into the first team could be continue to train with us in the Premier League setup. Like keep making the match day squads. Yeah, you're probably not going to get in, you know. But especially at the start of the season, though, let's be honest, we're going to be light. Yeah, we're going to be light left back. So Harry Amos is probably going to have to be on the bench. Yeah, for the first few games. But then you don't want to put him into you don't want to put him in a situation they can't manage. Absolutely. But what I'm talking about is that, like, okay, well, as soon as we get back, let's just paint the picture. Let's do the facts. As soon as we get back in the Charity Shield, barring any bad things that have happened, Diallo and Shaw will be there. Yeah. But they wouldn't have done any pre-season because they went to the last stage, especially Shaw, with their respective nations, right? Wan be gone by then? Wan-Bissaka, you would assume would be gone by then. But then that would mean that Mazzuari is in, or another right back. But let's just say, for argument's sake, that's the deal that it is. Yeah. Mazzuari will be here, so we could probably play left back or right back as well. Or you put Diallo left back and Mazzuari right back. Yeah. So there's a couple of options just to get the guys through the first couple of weeks. Because don't want to bet. What we can't do, Charity Shield, obviously, it is another friendly. Obviously, we want to win it. It's at Wembley. I'm not saying I want to go Wembley and lose, because it's okay. It'll be shit if you lose to Wembley. You want to win it. But essentially, it's another way to get ready for the real game, at least for 3 points, out at Friday night at Old Trafford. That is the one you want to win. If you want to choose a game to win or lose, I want to win the first game of the season and get 3 points at home. Absolutely. Like, I know it's at Wembley, it's Charity Shield. We just won the one at Wembley that really was the one that we remember in history forever. Anytime we play City. Every time we win. But if you're saying, like, what's the one we need to be ready for? Where people need to be matched up and ready. We must be ready. Like against City, I know that. What I'm saying is, that game for the players coming back is still going to be a feeler. Bruno's not going to be able to come back and play 90 minutes against Man City. Dallas not going to be able to come back and play 90 minutes against City. Luke Shaw's not going to be able to play. What they need to do is come in and get 60 minutes against City, 50 minutes here and there, whatever it is, and be ready for Friday, bro. Do you see what I'm saying? Absolutely. Again, so that's why we need the Amasis for the first part of the season in the squad, maybe. I don't want to play, bro. I don't want to put these kids in a situation. We need the number for media and all these critics and stuff. You, as you said, looking after these young players, the ones that are cut above, the ones that are not phased by anything, you throw them in the deep end. Again, if they're good enough, they're old enough. That's the famous line, right? A bit more time. And I think Harry must have got something. I am not saying these guys are rubbish. The two that we're talking about, I think they have something. But what you can see is why they're the two. They look the best out of the youngsters that we've seen, and you can see why they're. I'm not going to say knocking, they're not bashing down the door the first thing, but Toby they're like, yo, he's been tipped as the next midfielder to kind of come through off the Toby. And Harry Amos, with obviously what's going on at left back with the different injuries and people late back, he has been starting all the games. And you can see he's handy. He is. But he has a lot. What we're talking about next year is going to the next level, elite, right? And when we talk about him, like we'll use one of his peers in it. Obviously, he plays for another club, and it's a bit stinky to do this. But we're talking about that Bradley kid that plays at Liverpool, right? Bro, the youth was electrifying. It didn't matter. I didn't think about his age. I thought, oh my goodness, what is that? You know what I mean? And give him an opportunity. Yeah, he got given an opportunity, but it was still. That's true. Partner from when I laid eyes on him and saw him, I said, "Oh, that's something. That's mad. That's like what we're doing. That is, we're not. You're right, but we're seeing the not finished product. He's still young, but we don't know what his journey looked like in them 23s. It's true, but what did he look like in the preseason? Sometimes I'm just talking about. Sometimes you feel like you see a play and you think you have the impact up. Yeah, you just of course. You know what I mean? In like how we're now getting to the whole Ahmad thing. Ahmad's taken years to get there. The first time I saw Ahmad on the tour in Australia, he was getting barged off the ball in the Liverpool game, and he couldn't. He's not like he was using his size and his stature to his advantage. That agility, low to the ground, not sending gravity, all that good stuff that he has.
he wasn't using
The loans have gone up.
the loans have gone out and helped him. You can tell he's ready for the man's game, and he knows when to not, take the contact. Now he's doing things where he's getting the ball and taking it down from the sky, taking the lovely touches, and people don't know what to do with him. You want to put a foot in, but then he's so quick.
I'm seeing a level of predictability from Ahmad in terms of, when I say predictability, I mean, I know he's not going to lose it.
Yes.
I know he's going to engage the defender.
Yes.
I know he's going to be a cross from this, or I know he's just going to get a shot.
He's going to get something. He's going to get change.
And even if it's keeping it simple, like I said, it's keeping play moving. And for far too long, I think we've had too many players in the front line, and just in general, that aren't that one with the ball. Like, do you know what I mean? Like,
I'm with
do you see what I'm saying? Like, Robbie, we know what he wants it. We've been around. I just want the football, man. Just give me the ball. I love having the ball. I'm comfortable with the ball. My friend. Ahmad, I look at the way he's playing the game. He's a highly technical player.
Do you know what's mad though? He has the injection. When I look at him, I can't wait to see a front three of Ahmad, Garnacho, and Rasmus or Zaxi, whoever. Because one thing for sure is that's two direct sides on the wing. So if you could go down the left, you could go down the right. Garnacho was another player that, while we are waxing lyrical about how good Ahmad is, what Garnacho did shouldn't be overlooked. The guy came in his first season, was knocking on the door. That's what I'm talking about. Real knocks on the door. Was knocking on the door. We saw him in pre-season. We didn't get to see him in pre-season, but then he gets in and you're like, hey, that kid scored something. Then we see him again, and each time we kept on seeing him, they kept on telling us it's a character issue. They said his character is one thing that's stopping this guy. His flaw is he could be too gassed. You know what I mean? So now what they've done is they've been able to say we're gonna deal with that character. Notice they didn't start saying they said he can be anything in this game. He can achieve whatever heights he wants to achieve in this game, but he has to keep his head. Like, he has to stay grounded.
And he's starting to now.
And he's grounded. No, they don't even mention that no more. That's past news. And that's why when I look forward to next season, I see him as a player that is really going to be challenging Rashi, Ahmad, whoever the wingers, Sancho. He will be challenging. And I kind of get excited knowing there's a youth, but there's that energy on the wing.
Do you think Jacob's going to stay?
More and more each day. More and more each day until obviously PSG's bought in Ugarte. It'll be interesting to see because I know Juve are looking. Chiesa's apparently Spurs is on Spurs' list. Does Juve come back into the mix later? It's the domino effect in it. But then if he does stay, there's one thing again we talk about is that midfield and that the false 9, the 10. That's where for me he looks a bit interesting. The more thing that I want to ask you about, we kind of got into it a little bit today. We spoke about this tour and who it's important for. Ahmad has got what he needed out of this tour. Another player that had a question mark to his name is Mason Mount. What do you think this is? You remember you got one more game on this tour. What do you think this tour has been for Mason Mount? Do you think he's got everything he needs to get from it? Do you think he's proved certain points? Do you think he's secured his position in terms of where he starts or where he plays? What have you got from it?
I feel like it was always going to be a difficult one for him because there's some amount of pressure that's on him because obviously last year was a write-off. But also this is almost like he's doing it for the first time again. Because last year in the pre-season, obviously he was there, but then just got written off very, very early. And really, if you think about it, it's a double-edged sword for what we want to see from Mason Mount. The first thing we actually need to see from Mason Mount is physically being at it, ready. So playing some consistent games, not getting injuries, niggles, knocks. Can you play through pre-season so that you are ready for the start of the season and not break down within? That's the first thing, bro. Because we can't get to see how good a player he can be for us, what the tactical plan is for him if he's just not fit. So the first thing I want him to be able to do is be fit. And I think he's the chief. And and I would say, I don't even. I just feel so
fitness
nervous.
basis.
No, I just feel nervous. You're right.
So far,
I'm just
saying, going by the facts. What he's playing.
Yes,
he's been fit
because he's been involved in all of it. So that's the first thing. And we've seen him in the back, and that he's happy, he's smiling, he's which I know he always is like that, but like you can feel that it's like, right, okay, yeah. And again, some people at the club have said that, like, you know, last season was very much, listen, they got to a certain point and they went, not don't worry about getting fit, but like, we're just going to, you can't, how are we going to expect you to even get fit enough in the last 3 months of this season at the business end when the team playing shit to get back in and actually, it's not going to have an impact. Which is exactly why we saw him really limited off the bench, started one, then be out for one, come off 10 minutes, got the winner against, say, should have been the winner against Brentford. Yeah, I mean, come on late against Chelsea, help calm the game down, but the boys still threw it away. Yeah. You know, just little things like that, because it's like, this is the write-off. This is now where it is. So for me, how's he been playing? I think he's played okay. Yeah. He hasn't, like, you know, shone loads and chances galore and shots and wow, look, I mean, I'll tell you what, Bruno, walked it. Yeah. No, because that's, you know, that hasn't happened. But I think he's done okay. I think he's, in the first 20 minutes against Arsenal when we were on the front foot, he was part of that. He was part of that, he looked good. So I think it's just a patient process that we need. And I think, again, there'll be opportunities because there's a few players coming back late. Yeah. So there'll be opportunities for him in the charity show going into that full thing.
My question for him was, I was coming on this tour saying, how much of the load should he carry for Bruno if Bruno's out or anything happens to Bruno? Saying Bruno's,
we're playing a different way because he's not a like.
He's not like.
You can put him in the 10, but he won't play the 10 how Bruno plays it. No one does because of the way Bruno is and the risk he take on the ball. Mason Mount wouldn't look to do.
But I'm saying, can we put that responsibility on Mason Mount's shoulders? Is what I'm saying. I'll kind of, and maybe I've asked him for a bit too much on his tour, but then I should be able to say that.
He's our number 7.
Wearing the number 7 shirt, there you go.
And he knows it comes with very.
That's what I'm saying. So then I was looking at this tour, and I set a high standard for him. I said, well, if Bruno's not available, what do you do for us? And so far, I think what he really has achieved is fitness, and I think the jury's still out. Am I fair in saying that?
The season hasn't started yet.
No, I'm saying the jury's still out in terms of on the tour. Sometimes you look at players, as we said, this is pre-season, but we think Ahmed could be the right.
Yeah, like if he was shy, you're saying if he was really shy,
we wouldn't ask those
but
questions.
Really, he's
we're still waiting for that. Is what it's fair.
We are still waiting for that. He's still getting to know his teammates because he literally hasn't played them all year last year. Do you know what I mean? Probably rarely in training, etc. So, but you're right.
This is not me getting for it.
No, it's a good observation. It's the truth. It's the truth. What we've seen from Mason on tour is still a work in progress. Yeah, and that's fine. Yeah. But it's the truth. What we can't be like is like, and starting nice, should be doing this, should be doing that, because it's still very much a work in progress. I just want this transfer window to go the right way, and I don't want us to. How can I say this?
How can you approach it?
I don't know. I like how we've approached it so far. Getting 2 players in early, spinners in place where we're in for deals for other players, like the Ugarte one. You know, it looks like it's developing. The Licht's there. We've gone for Bradford twice, so we've made our intention clear. We really want it, but obviously there's a cut-off point of not paying over the odds. I do think things will happen later because I think now we've hit that sort of threshold where the outgoings have to outgo. Like, it's a simple. We need Lindelof. Like, we need Lindelof. There's Lindelof. There's Scott. There's Aaron Wan-Bissaka. That's 3. There's Ericsson. That's 4. Off the top of my head, who else? Casemiro. I feel like
going anywhere.
The Saudi haven't come, so unless that happens late in the window where it comes out of it, it's not going to happen. I can't see that. Harry Maguire feels a bit stayed. He said it, didn't he? He said, and I haven't been told.
Yeah, he's going to stay.
I think he'll stay, and I think Lindelof will leave. So we are waiting for that domino to be flicked and everything to kind of start working. I do think that, because at the end of the day, we can't bring in no one else at this place, so unless we start getting some
conversation with Daka as well. Yeah, you know, he said, look, the outlays have to outlay. And Man United, that's the one thing, that's probably one of the major things we have to get into now, is completing that. They are locking the doors.
Like, you can still push it, you can
all right, cool. Yeah, but we have to get to that side of things. We have to get to that point where players are going out. I imagine that'll be at the end of the tour. It's easier to do. You've seen how
things have pick up.
Things you saw it at Arsenal started Smith Rowe. You know, I don't think he was in the team or something. Like, end of the day, you just you're on tour, you want to kind of get over it and then say bye. Wan-Bissaka, we know we're actively trying to sell him, but who's going to play? You know, so like those are decisions you have to make. Once we get home and we start making them deals, we'll see where we are. But I'm still very optimistic.
Yeah,
still very optimistic.
Yeah, a lot of work to do, guys. As you can see, there's a lot of work to do, but we're hoping that there's some new, but like I said, when we get back home. Right, that is us here from the Snapdragon. That is us from the San Diego. The fans, big up the fans.
Yeah. Oh, and fans, sorry we didn't get to come out, but we did manage to do something. We did get everyone. We got everyone to sign every player, and we're gonna do. We have to do a giveaway competition. Stuff.
We will. There will be. It's in my bag.
To the stage. How mad the shot is Flex was mad brave. Like you saw the new Sinister 6, Sinister 3.
Sinister 3.
They all signed as well.
There you go. The shirt is right here.
This season shirt, long sleeve, Ronaldo settings,
authentic version.
Everyone. Rashi's done inside.
We've got
with everyone.
We've got signings from Jason Wilcox, Daniel Ashworth, and Sir Dave Rossford.
Also,
and then obviously the players,
Jaden Sancho.
Everyone bar Rashi. Yeah, everyone pretty much bar Rashi. All the young guys
everyone
as well. So there'll be a little promo video of how you can win this and get your hands on this as well. And remember, this video is brought to you by Optimum. This video is brought to you by Optimum. You can click the link in the video description below or scan the QR code on screen for 70% off your first order. That's 70% off. Weight's flying off this guy. He's looking sharp. He's doing well. Even though he's tired and he's angry, he's still got the energy because he's optimized. Yeah, and optimized. Yeah. And we saw Deathloop earlier as well. So he went just a little bit. Guys, smash the like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, subscribe to KG, that comedian channel, and the Flex for when the videos start dropping in the new season. We're out of it. Peace.